I'm pretty sure CentOS 8 was supported till December 2029. Why it's 2021 now? Wait, what? The future is CentOS Stream? What kind of future are we talking about? Oh, look at its comments. Wow. Seems like CentOS, as we know it, is dead. This unpromising future is very sad, especially for those who counted on CentOS stability and its long-term support. If you are using CentOS on your dedicated server, VPS, or cloud infrastructure, this tech debate is for you. CentOS is a free and community-supported operating system that is based on Red Hat Enterprise Linux. It was released back in 2004, and version 8 was introduced in September 2019. A lot of sites are hosted on CentOS, and system admins love it because of its stability, security, and its 10-year support. In January 2014, CentOS announced the official joining with Red Hat, while staying independent from RHEL under a new CentOS governing board. A few days ago, Red Hat terminated CentOS development, and a lot of users are now pissed. Red Hat will, however, continue to support a related rolling release distro called CentOS Stream. But this is not the OS that you want on your server. A rolling release is a Linux distribution that is continuously updated, from top to bottom. CentOS Stream tracks ahead of RHEL releases, and it applies to the latest kernel and the packages. So, no more stability. Literally, CentOS Stream will become the testbed for RHEL. This can become a serious issue on a production server that you or your company rely on for business. Why this happened? A lot of users are blaming IBM and predicted this move when Red Hat became a subsidiary of IBM on July 2019. CentOS is asking users to migrate to RHEL if they think that CentOS Stream does not meet their standards. Really? RHEL is available only through a paid subscription service or for development use on a non-production environment. IBM no longer wants businesses to see CentOS as a viable option for servers. They want Red Hat to strip away the enterpriseness from CentOS. You want RHEL, you buy RHEL. There will be some users, especially the corporate ones, who will be migrating to RHEL, despite a paid license. But the majority of users are thinking about switching to another distro. Let's read a few comments from the CentOS blog. There goes the last reason to stay in a combined RHEL CentOS environment. Looks like we'll be migrating the enterprise to Ubuntu. I only feel anger. For every RHEL server I have 10 CentOS boxes. I have just started migrating to CentOS 8. Stream is not an option. I need the stability and dependability, not another Fedora. This is absolutely outrageous. This is now how things are done in communities. Major designs aren't just fall from above. I fully agree. It seems that IBM has torpedoed CentOS and this project is now sinking. It is sad. The future CentOS Stream feels like better release of RHEL, not for production and stable environments. We are looking now to switch to Ubuntu LTS or Debian. Goodbye CentOS. I guess my argument, use CentOS not Ubuntu if you want more stable production, is out of the window now. Ubuntu it is then from now on. IBM is messing up Red Hat after the takeover last year. This is the most unfortunate news for the free open source community. Companies have been using CentOS as a testing bed before committing to purchase RHEL subscription license. We need to rethink before rolling out RHEL CentOS 8 training in our center. This is disappointing and frustrating. If I wanted something that tracked ahead of RHEL, I would use Fedora. I use CentOS because it tracks after RHEL with all the benefits thereof. That said, how is CentOS Stream different from Fedora since they both track ahead of RHEL and therefore seem to meet the same need? And how does it provide value for us, the end users? Sounds like Oracle Linux is about to get a heck of a lot more popular. Red Hat, you are shooting yourself in the foot. This is not only a disruptive move that only affects the users, but also the companies that have invested deeply on CentOS. Companies like Cloud Linux, cPanel, and CWP. They should look for other alternatives or create one. CentOS founder Gregory Kurtzner announced a new project to continue the original CentOS focus, which became known as Rocky Linux. This is the statement from him. I was just shocked as the rest of the community with the news from Red Hat. When I started CentOS 16 years ago, I never imagined the incredible reach and impact it would have around the world on individuals and companies who rely on CentOS for Linux distribution. In response to this unexpected shift, I'm proud to announce the launch of a new project, Rocky Linux, in honor of my late CentOS co-founder, Rocky McGowan. I've started calling on participation from the global community and quickly assembling a team to further our founding commitment of ensuring seamless continuity of business operations for companies running CentOS 8 far beyond 2021. In just one day, we've seen an overwhelming response from thousands of supporters eager to join the project. Cloud Linux OS maintainers also have announced that they will be releasing a one-to-one replacement for CentOS in Q1 2021. The new fork will be a separate, totally free OS that is fully compatible with RHEL 8 and future versions. Considering their years of experience with CentOS and enterprise servers, Project Linux should be a promising RHEL fork to replace CentOS Stream. So, what are the available options? With IBM and Red Hat choosing this new path, the future of CentOS is bleak. It's going to drown in the streams. If you can pay for a license and need an enterprise-grade OS with long-term support and updates, you can switch to RHEL or another paid distro like SUSE Linux Enterprise Server, or SLES as they call it. You can switch to another free distro with 3 to 5 years of support. There are options like Debian, Ubuntu Server, Oracle Linux, ClearOS, and OpenSUSE. Or you can wait for future alternatives that are promised by Cloud Linux and Gregory Kurtzner, while your CentOS 7 or 8 still gets updates, and see what they bring to the table. And hope that they don't get acquired by Red Hat or IBM in the future. How can we prevent this in the future? Well, Linux is free, nobody owns it, but you can always pay for the support you receive from different entities, or donate a small amount. This can be money, resources like machines, servers, and VMs for testing, and even code contribution. At the end of the day, money is always involved. We all know how Wikipedia is going forward with the contributions of its users, both with donations and also keeping the contest fresh and updated. That's it for now. Let us your opinion in the comments. How do you feel about this move from Red Hat? Are you going to wait for future alternatives like Rocky Linux and Project Linux, or are you planning to move into another distro like Debian? Don't forget to subscribe for more tech debates like this one.